What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Andrew Noble, and you are watching Hot Wheels Dad. In today's episode, I wanted to do something a little bit different on the channel. As you all know, I do have a Ford F-150, and I'd love to take this truck off-road and onto the trails. If you saw my last video, I just installed some off-road lights onto the truck. I'll link it right here just in case if you haven't seen the video. Pretty cool install. But that brought me to this particular video. Now, the lights that I installed were LasFit lights. LasFit is an up-and-coming company. They've been growing quite a bit. They produce mostly lighting, but they do also make some rugged floor mats for any vehicle that you may have that you want to take off-road. So what I thought I would do today was make a comparison video between the LasFit off-road floor mats and the Husky Liner floor mats. Now, I do have both, as you can see, and I actually do really like both, and I do run both. Pretty much every time I take the truck for a wash, I'll swap these out and pretty much go back and forth between the two. So I do like both, and I thought I would make an unbiased opinion so you guys can check them out, see what your thoughts are on each, and if you guys are in the market, you can make your well-informed decision and purchase whatever one you feel is best for your needs. So I have the exact contour form for the Husky Liners, and then also LasFits are pretty much made out of the same material, kind of like a polyurethane, softer rubber. I want you guys to see them laid out next to each other so we can make some comparisons here out in the garage, and then we'll get them put in the truck. So let's first start with the Husky Liner floor liner. At first feel, it feels really nice. It's made out of this softer like rubber material. Husky actually does have a patent on this material that they use, and it's pretty much form-fitting to the truck. It also has a pretty high ridge line here, so if anything does spill up onto this liner, you know, it's kind of kept down inside here, this ridge line. If it's any liquid or snow or ice or whatever that melts, it's kept up into here, and it won't run down into the side or onto your carpet or whatever. It does come with your standard clips here that will just hook onto your stock clips that are inside of your truck. And then you get a pretty thick material here. I don't have a millimeter gauge, but it's a pretty thick and pretty durable material. I don't think anything would penetrate this unless it's some super sharp object. And then you also get this little non-slip grip, these little beads that dig into your carpet and make it stay in place so it doesn't slide around once it's in place. Let's bring this over to the LasFit so we can give a direct comparison. Size, pretty much the same size. What I will say is, if you put this over the top of the LasFit here, you actually do get a little bit more coverage with the LasFit. This kind of comes down, it'll hug around the seat a little bit better. I'll show that to you once we get them installed into the truck, but as far as surface area, you do get a little bit more surface area with the LasFit design. LasFit also, I will say, has a little bit better design as far as getting it put into your stock clips in your truck. This thing has a little button here, and then on the back side, it has little ridges that will grab the stock clip that's inside of your truck. So as far as comparison goes, I would say LasFit has a little bit better of a design to clip into your truck. As far as material goes, I would say that the Husky is a little bit more rigid. LasFit has a little bit more flex to it, as you can see here, and in my opinion, might keep its form a little bit better. Let's go over to the passenger side. Let's give a direct comparison as far as surface area goes for the passenger side. You can see that LasFit still does have a little bit more coverage. However, as far as keeping things like liquids out, this little ridgeline does come up higher than it does in the LasFit mat here. As you can see with this particular passenger one, it did have the Husky Liner insert here. Over time, it did fall out. As you can see, it looks like there may have been some adhesive keeping it on there, so that's gone. As far as durability is there, but the LasFit has a built-in little design here that's not gonna wear off or fall off or have any adhesive. So it's built into the back side of this, keeping that design. the LasFit does have a little bit better quality as far as that goes. Let's move on to the back comparison here real quick. Pretty much the same size. LasFit does have these built-in clips here. However, the stock F150 does not have clips in the back seat. I'm not too sure about other models, but what I'm guessing is this might be universal for other models. I have the XLT and the F150, and I know for sure mine does not have any rear clips. As you can see with the Husky Liner, it doesn't have any clips at all built into it, which the LasFit Liner does. If we were just visually looking at both, I would say that the LasFit right here, it would come up a little bit deeper into that footwell underneath that front seat compared to the Huskies over here. Let's get these installed into the truck so we can check them out and see any differences there may be. All right, I have placed the LasFit lightly in here on the driver's side, but I left these because I wanted you to hear this little clip get clicked into there. Right there, you can hear it get pushed in. And you can hear that get pushed in as well. So you can kind of hear them get snapped in. The LasFit does form really well to the inside of the truck here. It is cut pretty well to follow this line here. And then it goes up underneath your seat. And then it also wraps around this little plastic piece here and sits nicely up on the door seal right here. And then it follows it nicely up inside of there. So pretty good coverage. Let's get this Husky Liner up in here. I'm gonna put it up on top of the LasFit so you can kind of see what I was talking about earlier in the garage. So the LasFit does come back a little bit further. The Husky Liner gets cut off right here. And then the Husky Liner basically is just a straight cut and doesn't wrap around your little plastic pieces here. It just basically is a straight cut and just sits on that little plastic right there. So as far as cut and design, I would say the LasFit has a little bit of a better fit and you get a little bit more coverage. However, the Husky does come out and over the door seal a little bit more. If you can see this little gap line right here, and the Husky does have a higher ridge like I mentioned in the garage. So if something does spill into there, it's gonna stay contained within inside of the Husky Liner here. Let's get the LasFit taken out and get the Husky Liner put in, so you can see the direct comparison. So as mentioned earlier, it does come with this. You don't get that nice little snap to hear it fall into place. It basically just forms around this little stock piece here, goes right into the rubber, and you can feel it go inside of there. But with the LasFit, you do get that nice little snap. Okay, now with the Husky in place here, you can see that it does notch around here, but again, it sits on this little plastic piece and it doesn't get notched around that. And then it's a straight edge here, and then it sits right here against this plastic piece, and then it comes straight to the door seal right here. It doesn't curve around and cover this little portion of the carpet right here. In my opinion, this is a little bit nicer as far as the grip goes. As I'm getting this passenger side placed up inside here, let's talk about price. For the LasFit, you can get these for $130, and the Husky Liners you can find for around like $120 to $125. If you're going to be comparing price range, they are about the same price as each other. The price comparison is about the same. So basically, whatever you're looking for as far as your specific needs, I want you to take your pick based off of my little review here. So now that this one is placed up inside of the passenger seat, you can see again, this follows the little plastic piece here, and then it comes down and around and you get some coverage over that. And then it comes up and over the top of the door seal a little bit on the passenger side over here. Let's get the Husky Liner placed over the top of this one here. It lays over the top of this plastic where the LasFit follows the plastic there. And then comes down and around, you get a little bit more coverage with the LasFit around this plastic piece here. However, the Husky Liner is going to come out a little bit further, just like it did on the driver's side. Quality, again, I mentioned earlier, this piece is already fallen out based off of the adhesive on the Husky Liners. So if you care about that and you care about the name staying here, definitely the LasFit is going to stay a little bit better. Let's get this rear side installed and we can check out the coverage of the back side here. All right, we'll start with installing the Husky Liner first and getting this placed up inside of the truck. As you can see, it fits nicely up underneath this seat right here, and it does have a little bit of a lip here in case of any spillage of any liquid, and it doesn't run up underneath your seat right there. Pretty close fitment here, and then you also get it up over the door seal right here. It seals up nicely, and it fits right up underneath this storage compartment. It fits nicely there. So pretty good coverage on the Husky Liners in the rear seat. Let's get the LasFit put in and we can check that out as well. All right, I have the LasFit installed here. I want you guys to see how deep this actual kick pad goes underneath the seat. If you remember on the Husky Liners, it stops right about here, but you get an extra like 3 or 4 inches that goes deep underneath that seat. So if anyone is sitting in this back seat and placing their feet under here, you're gonna get plenty of coverage there. What I will say here, if you come down and around this side, this LasFit is up and over the top of the Husky Liner. As you can see here, the LasFit is gonna stop pretty much at the carpet line, and then with the Husky you get the ridge line that comes up and over the top of the door seal here. In the back seat you're gonna get a little bit more with the Husky Liner over the LasFit compared to the front seat, where you get more coverage with the LasFit over the Husky Liner. I'm gonna get this Husky Liner out and then the LasFit installed by itself so you guys can see how nice and flush it fits in the back seat. Pull it through and get it placed underneath this seat right here, pushed up underneath there. As you can see in the rear side, it does follow the carpet line and the door seal. It does fit up against that carpet line, but it does not come up and over the top of that door seal like the Husky Liner does. So there's a full peek of it completely installed into the F150, up underneath the back seats there, all the way across and up underneath the rear side of this compartment here. All right, you guys, I hope you guys liked this direct comparison of the Husky Liner and the LasFit liner floor mats for the F150. Right now I'm going to be running the LasFit. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I do run them both, but the LasFit is installed, so I'm going to keep the LasFit in there for right now. If any one of you is interested in picking these up, I have linked both of these in the description down below of this YouTube video. You have the direct link to the LasFit liners and you have the direct link to the Husky liners as well. Make your pick based off of whatever best fits your needs. Again, I wanted to make a unbiased opinion because I do have both. Hopefully this video kind of shows a direct comparison for you guys and it allows for you to guys make the best decision. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Hot Wheels Dad. I post once a week, you guys, so if you like this type of content, it would be awesome if you guys would give me a subscribe. It really does help me grow. It helps me get out to more and more people, and it helps me get to make more and more videos like these. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook, Hot Wheels Dad, and now on TikTok. Always remember, you are the maker of your own story, so don't forget to make it legendary. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace